Oxy. Oxy, what you do? Honey. Okay, so hello. How's it going? That was my dog. He likes my sandals. And so this is part 2 to probably what's going to be a 3-parter in this series of I graduated and I am revisiting my super senior goals list video and telling you whether or not I accomplished those goals. And he's right behind me. Stop. You're probably going to hear him doing that the entire time, but you know what? That's fine. As a dog mom, this is what I signed up for without knowing. So, in the first video, I pretty much just told you my mood, and just lately, oh my god, fine. Lately, I've just been really sad because I don't have a job, and also, I got broken up with. Also, happy Thanksgiving, because that is today, even though I'm probably going to upload this not on Thanksgiving, but today is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. That's why I look this way. I went to Blondie's house for Thanksgiving dinner, and I mean, I usually look nice. I was looking at the video that I shot the other day for part 1, and I looked really orange, and that actually kind of made me sad how orange I looked, but at least my makeup was cool. I also felt like I looked like a boy in that one, but whatever, like, I look nice, so I'm gonna make a video because I look nice right now. So anyways, yes, recap. I've been actually really sad lately. So, moving on to the categories. Spiritual was always my first category, and I wanted to make an effort to actually go to church every Sunday, and I wanted to remember to trust God because He's been faithful in the past, and therefore He'll be faithful in the future. And Him being faithful, like, for some reason I kind of forgot about that, and I think that's because I'm unemployed and I really want a job. But anyways, the past year I actually did make more of an effort to go to church, and I got good relationships from attending church, so that was I'm really happy that I accomplished that one, actually going to church and making good relationships. I had a good relationship with my pastor and his wife back at the church in La Mirada that I went to. And now, currently, I am going back to the church, my original church that I went to before I went to college, and things are going well. I'm actually going to small group, and I went to women's study when they had that, but they also have young adults, which I go to, so yeah, there's that. Anyways, already said that. Well, like, for the past month, though, I will be honest and say that I didn't go to church because I was traveling so much. So first I was in Oregon, then I was in New York, then I went to Oregon again, and then I know that, like, one day I had to take a self-health day, and I just didn't go because I really wasn't feeling very well. And, yeah, I just kind of had feelings of a lot of guilt, and when I feel really guilty, I don't go to church, which is weird because I should go to church when I feel guilty. But, yeah, when I went to church for the first time in a month, I actually, like, cried a little bit because, like, you know, it felt like I was home again. And I'm really happy about that I'm starting to feel that way about church. And so when I moved to Florida, I know that the first thing that I'm going to do is find a home church for me to go to and to serve at. I'm just trying to, I mentioned in my last video, I think, that I'm trying to remember that God has a plan for my future, and so the usher at my church, who I've become really close with, he just keeps reminding me that, like, God has a perfect job and community that He has for me, so I should be okay. So, you know, just to not worry about it, which is really hard because I'm someone who worries a lot. I think the main thing that I need right now is just patience in this time of just waiting to hear back from Florida, trying to, like, wait on getting a job. So it's frustrating, but I know that I have to wait, and if God wanted me to be employed right after graduation, He would have let me be employed. But for whatever reason, He wanted me to wait a couple months. And, God does what he does, and he knows what's best for me. So, yeah, just trying to remember that. Wait, let me read this. I used to think I griped? I used to think I griped myself when I went to Biola because, oh, I used to feel like, not guilty, gypped, that's what I wrote. I used to feel gypped that I used to feel gypped that I only went to Biola because they accepted me, there was a time where I was like, wow, why did I go to Biola? Why didn't I just go to a different university? Maybe would have been better for me to go to some other school. Like, why didn't I apply to more places? So I used to feel gypped. And then one Sunday, my pastor in Moval was like, hey, you don't really need to apply to 10 different jobs. You just need to apply to one job, and that's the job that God has for you. And that really resonated with me. Because, there was a point, I didn't need to apply to a whole bunch of different universities. I really just needed to apply to Biola because that's where God wanted me. And, it's the same thing with me getting a job. I really don't need to apply to a whole bunch of jobs. I just need to apply to the one that God has for me. But it is kind of a struggle thinking, well, what job does God have for me then? Hi, buddy. So, yes. So, spiritually, things are looking good. I'm going to church more, trying to make more of an effort to be more involved. Ow! Don't do that. Trying to remember to be patient, but that's really hard. These things are easier said than done. So yeah, that was category number 1. Category number 2, which is music. I said, in the past, I'm graduating, so I'm not really going to go to shows, if at all. So, my last year of school, I actually don't think I went to any concerts, honestly. I can't really remember, but I don't think I went to any. If anything, I went to, okay, the closest thing that I went to that was a concert wasn't a concert. It was a ballet. My favorite artist, Mark Ryden, he designed the set and the costumes for this ballet. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember I found out about it at midnight, and then I dropped everything at 1 in the morning to buy tickets for the very next day because it was going to be their last day on tour or something like that. And I'm a huge fan of Mark Ryden and his work, and so I just remember thinking how beautiful everything was because it was just all of his art, and I love his art. So that's not even a concert. But yeah, this past semester I didn't go to concerts. I think I went to Echo Park Rising with... Hi, Jessica. I went to Echo Park Rising with Jessica and her friend, but that was way in the beginning of the semester. I also took myself on self dates, which was me not going to concerts, but going to museums and food places that I've always wanted to go to. So yeah, but anyways, after I graduated, I finally went to Holomus, and Holomus is amazing. I have been wanting to go for the past 5-6 years. I finally got to see the World Inferno Friendship Society for Holomus. My dad took me all the way to New York, because it's always in New York for they're a Brooklyn band, but still, it's always in New York. I went all the way to New York. My dad went with me. God bless that man for going with me. He went to the concert with me. He, broke his watch. But anyways, I finally got to go to Holomus, and it was just surreal. I was really happy, and for, a brief second, I was, able to forget about all of my sadness. I was able to forget that I didn't have a job and that I'm not in a relationship anymore. But I was able to forget that and just have fun at Holomus. And it was on Halloween, which was pretty cool. The bass guitarist, Sandra, she remembered me from, not really from concerts, but she was yeah, I saw that, because I was posting on Instagram the whole time. And she was like, yeah, I saw that, like, you came from California, and, like, thank you very much for all your support. And I told her, like, yeah, I have been having such a bad time lately, and your music makes me feel better. And she, she gave me a hug, and she took a picture with me, so Sandra's amazing. Also, Jeff, the violin guy, like, he remembered me, and I have, like, a weird crush on the guy, too. Because, like, he didn't remember where he remembered me from, but he, like, recognized me, and he said hi to me from the stage. I didn't have the heart to tell him that when he was in, like, when last time they were in LA, I told him he was cute. Like, I don't even think he remembers that. But yeah, I gotta go to Holomus during the song Pumpkin Time, which they only play at Holomus. These puppet things fell from the ceiling, and they projected pictures of Lioness and the Great Pumpkin everywhere, and I got that cool pumpkin shirt that I showed in the last video that I did not showcase very well. Jeff, the violin guy, handed me the set list, which is actually I'm just gonna show it to you guys. You kind of, okay, let me just, Oxy, what are you doing? There you go. So, by Oxy's head, that is the 20-year anniversary poster, and right there, that's the set list, and that's actually, like, super mega important to me. Jeff saw me, I pointed at the set list, and he was like, oh yeah, and he just gave it to me. So Holomus was amazing. I dressed up like a purple Sailor Scout, so yeah. It was a good night, and I'm happy that I did it. But I was kind of bummed that it wasn't, like, a huge ordeal. But Jack was like, yeah, like, not for the 20th, but for the 25th, we're probably going to do something big. So that just means in, like, 5 years I have to go again. But yeah, I never thought I would be the person who drops everything to go to a concert. But I went to Holomus. Okay, so next category is my friends and my social life. I'm gonna just save that for the next video because this one's kind of long. So anyways, thank you for watching this one, and I will see you later. Bye.